Howdy, folks. Andrew here. Popcorn to whiskey. I am the face. Who runs the place? Salute. Here we go. It's been a while since I've done popcorn and whiskey, the traditional popcorn and whiskey. The last week was um, a sacred week for us professional wrestling fans, as it was WrestleMania weekend. And so, yes, I did a prediction show on my own, and then I was asked to be on the Headlocks. I forget the name of the show. Headlocks, something else, and also I was asked to be on Mayhem Media, my buddy JD's show, which was great. Had a great good time with that. They have a Four Horsemen show that they call it, and they asked me to come in to be a special guest, so to speak. And I'm always happy to do that with those guys. It's a great bunch of guys, and we talk wrestling all weekend. Do I look like I'm all what they call washed out? That's an industry term. I thought I corrected that. Let me see if I can correct it now as we're on here. It just doesn't look right for me. And it could be the way the light is right now. I don't have any of my personal lights on. No, it's okay. My personal lights are on. I have just the natural lighting, as it's called in the industry. And hey, JD, I just talked about you, man. He said, hey, Holmes, Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, Wrestling Unscripted. There you go. That's the name of it. Superfly, Johnny Lee, and Mayhem Media. There you go. That's what I was doing. Yep. I don't remember names. I have a hard time remembering popcorn and whiskey. So there you go. So yeah, last week was quite interesting with those guys. Great bunch of guys, and they were on live for a long time. They actually did the play-by-play of WrestleMania, and I was more focused on watching the matches than trying to do commentary on it. So those guys are much better at it than I ever will be, put it that way. But I was on afterwards and beforehand. We did recap shows and stuff of that sort, so it was always fun. But tonight, as much as I would love to talk about wrestling and what happened at WrestleMania last week, which might be another time, I'm going to stick with an actual plan that I put together. Yeah, believe it or not. And thank you, JD. You share me around, so appreciate that. And what I'm going to talk about tonight is I'm going to definitely talk about Facebook monetization. I am going to talk about Sky King. If you don't know what that is, it's a new documentary which I have not seen a documentary, but it's about a guy several years ago. I wish I could remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but I can't, and it's not important also, who basically hijacked an airplane. I shouldn't say hijacked. He took off on a smaller airplane by himself, and there's communications between him and the flight tower, the airport tower, whoever want to talk about it, however you want to phrase it, I should say. And the transcript or the audio got put out to the masses. So I have it on YouTube. So we'll be listening to that. And I want to know what you guys think of this guy. It's polarizing. Put it that way. This guy's polarizing. And also I want to talk about something that I heard about, and I did a little bit of research on this, and it's probably the most hated. Yes, you heard that right. And this is my opinion, but I think most people will agree with me. Probably the most hated feature in an automobile, and what's happening to it. And that being said, I'll discuss that when we get to it. Okay. First, need a drink. Here we go. Okay. Facebook monetization. For those who don't know what that is, basically it's the way Facebook pays people. Yes, if you qualify for it, you can start making money by posting on Facebook and also on Instagram, which I haven't dove into yet, which I should because of the things that happened. Just so happened last November, I stumbled onto it. And by me stumbling onto it, I mean, it's open for anybody. They said you have to have X amount of followers. I've heard anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 followers. I didn't have nearly that many. Right now, I'm pushing 2,100. I'm about 2,150, something like that. And at the time I got monetized, I was at the 1,600 mark. So no, I didn't have a whole lot of followers. Hey Bradley, how you doing, buddy? and so I applied to be monetized, and by that I mean Facebook has something you have to click, and you'll go to their office, wherever that is, fictitious office somewhere, and they'll come back to you within 24 hours or within 24 days or within 24 weeks. They, at that time, they might have changed it now, but I'm just talking about at that time, they did not have a time frame for them to get back to you, whether or not you were part of it or not. So last November, I applied for it. And in December, I actually got monetized. And so my posts started getting money coming at them, and it's done by number of views and number of interactions. All right, at the time, those were the two, and I say at the time for a reason, and you'll hear about it in a second. So mine started in mid-December or something like that. So my first full month of being monetized, it was in January. Still learning how to do it, trying to figure it out, which I'm still trying to figure it out. But in January, I made $8 on Facebook. It may not seem a lot to anybody. Well, let me ask you this. If you're just posting, did you make $8 on Facebook? Don't know. Come February, I'm starting to ramp it up a little bit, starting to do different things. Started increasing my post. I started doing something called Andrew and Clinton, where I'm driving my car around Clinton and videotaping different aspects of my little town. That's starting to take off a little bit, started gaining followers, more and more followers, up to 1,700, 1,800 followers, which was great. And I end up the month I made $25 and some change, $25. Come March, started ramping up more, started getting more followers. I crossed the 2,000 mark on followers. Hit a couple of bonuses that Facebook throws out there as you're going. And that's another thing. You have to figure out where these bonuses are, and so you can do it. And some of them were so unrealistic, but a couple of them were not. So I was able to hit a couple of them. Great. Ended up the month with about $53. You're people still thinking $53. Hey, you know what? That covers my internet. My internet costs $50 a month. Covers my internet. All right. So I'm happy about that. If I could do that month after month just by posting, I'd be happy. So my goal the next month, which was in April, was to be make enough to cover my internet and my cell phone. Okay, so that would have been $75 because my cell phone is only $25 a month. So I figured I can hit the $75 mark because now I'm getting more followers and I'm getting more activity going on. Come 1st of April, everything went down the tubes, and I could not figure out why. I was averaging $1.17 a day in March, and all of a sudden in April, it was 80% less. So I was averaging 30 cents a day at the most, 35, maybe 40 cents on a good day. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I could not figure it out. Nowhere can you contact a live person on Facebook to talk to somebody about it. So you're stuck with chatting with their AI, which is helpful to an extent, but they seem to repeat themselves. So through the AI, I was told I have something called an access block. And it's not anybody blocking me. It's just their terminology. I don't know what the actual thing is called, but they put it's almost like a restriction on your content. It's they apply the break to your content, and it doesn't reach as many people, because in their eyes they think that you did something wrong in a past comment or stream or video or post or what have you. But AI can't tell you what it was. They can tell you the date this access block was applied, but they can't tell you what it was because they don't have any access to the access block. They can only tell you it's some computerized algorithm that Facebook randomly puts on when they think, and this is coming from the AI bot, when they think you did something wrong, but they don't know what it was, or you posted something against their community standards or guidelines. Well, my whole thing is, how do I know if I'm continuing to do it if I don't know what the it is? Right? And so it's frustrating. You can't do that. They can tell me the dates it was on. So as of yesterday afternoon, I have 5 access blocks put on my account. The latest one was April 13th. Again, don't know why. I went back to the posts on April 13th. Nothing out of the ordinary. Another one was March, whatever day in March. I went back to that day. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing in the comments. Nothing. I can't figure it out. So finally, AI says, well, why don't you send an email or send a message to customer support? And it walked me through how to do it. So I did it. Nothing happened. So I'm still right now averaging about, what's it, the 25th? I am averaging less than 50 cents a day, which really pisses me off. And AI and the AI I'm talking to has no clue when these access blocks will be taken off or lifted or whatever the terminology is. So I'm basically at their mercy, and no one can tell me what it is. No one can tell me when it's leaving. So the algorithm is basically saying, hey, you're doing something wrong, but we're not going to tell you what it is. So you figure it out. So I was on my way, like I said, to pay for my internet and pay for my cell phone, which are my 2 goals. Well, of course, I wanted more than that, of course. So when you're seeing people that have 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, stuff like that, they are making some good change. At least they were, unless they have these access blocks thrown onto them, which I'm on a couple of pages on Facebook where they talk about monetization. And apparently a lot of people at the beginning of April got slapped down as well. So April was the start of something that people can't figure out. At least the people I'm exposed to can't figure out why it's like that. A lot of people's income just tanked. So there you go. So that's what's going on with Facebook monetization. Does it stink? Yeah. Does it suck? Absolutely. Should you depend on it for your income? Absolutely not. You should not, especially online. If there's one thing I've learned from all my dealings online, and I have been doing this online thing for the longest time, I'm probably the guy out there that clings to hope, if you will. I'm probably the guy out there who's been at it the longest and has had virtually zero success in it. And that's another story altogether, which I'll get into sometime. I can do it with the best of people. You know what? I think it's time to turn on my lights. I can talk shop with the best of people online, how to do business internet marketing. Hey, look at that. Yeah. When you have the studio like I do, don't try this stuff at home. I'm a professional. There you go. Hey, look at that. Excuse me. You shouldn't cough into the microphone, but again, I'm a trained professional. I know how to do this stuff. Bradley. Okay. I feel your struggle. I wish I knew why our page isn't getting seen. Yeah, I hear you, Bradley. I don't get it either. My views are pretty constant. the stuff I'm doing, it just sucks. I wish I could give you more inside information what's going on there. From my research, from my studies, from my trying to figure this out, I have not been able to gain any traction whatsoever. I'm at the mercy of these access blocks being taken off. But then again, I don't know what caused them, so I might be doing them again. As far as I know, I got another one today. I don't know, and I'm only saying that because I'm not doing anything different. So if I got them before, I got them now, and you never know when they're going to be lifted. So maybe tomorrow I'll have all 5 of mine or 6 of mine, however many are left. Now they all might be lifted tomorrow. I don't know, and I can't get any answers. I've Bradley, I'm not a podcaster, just play one on the internet. There you go. My podcasting on my fitness channel is maybe going away as well, and this is a transition. This is what us professionals in the business called a segue. It's talking about making money online, everything else. Maybe going away. I have decided to sell my domain, topfitnessstrategies.com. So if anybody's out there interested, well, let's talk shop. I also have one I've been sitting on for a long time. It's called realmortgagetraining.com because of my background in the mortgage business. Okay. So if anybody's interested or knows anybody who is interested in that, please let me know. We can talk shop. I've never sold a domain name before, so I don't know all the intricacies that go along with it. We'll figure it out as we go. I have it listed on GoDaddy's marketplace, lack of a better term. Maybe I should put it on Facebook Marketplace too. I don't know how I'd do that. I'll figure that one out. So we'll see. And by the way, I do have my popcorn today. So if you hear me chewing online or on the microphone, tough. It's my show. Right? So on to the Sky King. This one got me. This one is, hold on a second. Did you need something? Hold on a second. Be right back. Did you need something? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you know what, folks? Something happened at the correspondence dinner for the president tonight, and they're not saying what it is, and so I don't have it anywhere on my screen. So wait a second. Let me close my door here. So if anybody can monitor that, let me know, and we can always go over to it when I need to. So yeah, something happened at the correspondence dinner. Interesting. And on my computer, I don't have the proper channels to view it here. I turn on my television once I find out where I put my remote. All right, where my remote is? Oh, it's right in front of me. Maybe it's on one of the other channels, but on one of the channels my roommate is watching in the other room, they're saying something's going on there. Let's see over here. No breaking news on there. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I was going to the Sky King thing. Okay, so need a drink. So the Sky King guy thing. This is a guy who stole an airplane, basically. And I don't know how big of an airplane it was. I'm sure in the documentary it says so. Again, there's a documentary called Sky King. That's why I'm calling it Sky King, because that's what it's all about. And I'm sure they go into detail about it. But what I want to do, and maybe I'll get dinged with this, Trump's tables were evacuated, he says. Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I don't have it here. Interesting. Maybe I'll cut this short and have to go see what that's all about. But okay, here. I'm going to play the audio from this, and I'll interrupt it as we go along. Now, I'm playing this from YouTube. Facebook may not like it. They may boot me off. We'll see what happens. If they do, let me know. And let me know if you can hear this or not as well. Okay. So I'm going to put me over here. Put this one over here. So I hope you can hear this when it starts up. Let's see here. Whoop.
A couple hours, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to land it. I wasn't really planning on landing it.
99 via Bravo over to Mansfield, the opposite sent off. Knows how to fly one of those aircraft, but we'll see what we can do and get you in contact with somebody.
Alrighty. Yeah, I just kind of want to do a couple maneuvers, see what it can do before I put her down, you know?
And departure Boeing 464. And so I can reach out to you a little easier.
A little bit.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sorry, my mic came off. I threw up a little bit. You know, hold on. Shoot. Man, I'm sorry about this. I hope this doesn't ruin your day.
22, cross rail 6 left, contact.
Okay, so as of right now, the guy is up in a plane that he stole. Okay, now and he just threw up inside the plane at this point. Okay, so start forming your opinions on this guy, whether you think he's a hero or a jerk or what have you, because different things I've been seeing are this is extremely polarizing. All right, let's keep going with this.
Just flying the plane around, you seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Okay, and you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got some gas to go check out the Olympics. And, yeah.
Okay, so he's going around Rainier. I do believe this is in Washington State, Mount Rainier out there. And we talk about the Olympics, the Vancouver Olympics at that time, because Vancouver's not too far away from there. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about or not when he says the Olympics. I don't know the date of this, and I'm sure on the documentary that's what it is, but that's what he's talking about as of right now.
Okay, and Rich, do you know, are you able to tell what altitude you're at?
Yeah, that's all mumbo jumbo. I have no idea what all that means. I wouldn't know how to punch it in. I'm off autopilot.
Make a right turn on Bravo, 5,500.
All right, now. Oh, yeah, I'm watching this on YouTube, so of course they're going to have ads on YouTube. So I skip the ad. Okay, come back here. All right, here we go.
No, I'm not taking you to any jets. I'm actually keeping you away from aircraft that are trying to land at SeaTac.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to screw with that. I'm glad you're not, screwing up everyone else's day.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you my opinion. I think this guy's an ass. He's a total ass. Some people say he's a hero. Look, he's just out having fun. He stole somebody's airplane. He's up there endangering other people's lives. He's making the control tower divert other planes away from him. The guy's nothing but an ass. But there's some people out here who think he's so cool.
I'm down to 2,100. I started like 30 something. 100 pounds of fuel.
Rich, you said you're at 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, I don't know what the burnout is like on takeoff, but yeah, it burned quite a bit faster than I expected.
So this guy's able to take off with the plane. Okay.
There is the runway just off your right side in about a mile. Do you see that? That's McCord Field.
Oh man, those guys would rough me up if I tried landing there. I think I might mess something up there too. I wouldn't want to do that.
Now, from what I understand, McCord's Field is at I don't know if it's a U.S. military base. I don't know which branch, but it's at a U.S. military base. So that's what McCord's Field is. And I know that because I heard this on another person's show. That's what gave me the idea to play it on mine. So there you go.
Oh, hopefully. Oh, they probably got anti-aircraft.
No, they don't have any of that stuff. We're just trying to find a place for you to land safely.
Yeah, not quite ready to bring it down just yet, but holy smokes, I gotta stop looking at the fuel because it's going down quick.
Okay, Rich, if you could you start a left-hand turn, and we'll take you down to the southeast, please.
Okay, here's a report from Bradley for those who are watching. President Trump was evacuated by Secret Service from the White House Correspondents Association dinner on Saturday night, April 9th. What is that noise? Can anybody else hear that? Okay. Following a security incident involved reporting loud sounds or gunshots at the Washington Hilton. Attendees were seen hiding under tables, and the event was abruptly halted with no initial reports of injury. Okay, if you're the type of person who thinks this is a good idea, and I don't care what side politically you fall under, but shooting at the president of the United States, again, whether you like the person or not is irrelevant. Nobody should shoot at the president of the United States. Absolutely nobody. First of all, no one should shoot at anybody else, but the president. And whoever does shoot, if it was indeed a shooting, I'm just telling you my thoughts. Whoever even attempts to fire onto the president should have every Secret Service and police officer nearby put every freaking round they have into the person. Period. End of story. And everyone that shot at the person and shot the person should get an award. Simple as that. So if you're watching this and you think it's a good idea and you're happy with it, get the F off of my show. I don't want you around. Got it? Okay. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Here we go. We're talking about the air traffic audio with the stolen Horizon airplane. I guess the Horizon is a type of plane. We'll see.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I mean, I would hope it is for a guy like me.
Well, Rich, we're not going to worry or think about that, but could you start a left-hand turn, please? And I think you might have some questions. Rich, I've got a pilot on with us, and if you got any questions, you can ask him now.
You are very calm, collect, boys.
400 apparently is a grounds crewman with Horizon, I guess. And right now he's just flying around, and he just needs some help controlling his aircraft.
Very good. Nah, I mean, I don't need that much help. I played some video games before. I would like to figure out how to get this cabin altitude. Like, I know where the box is. I would like to get some, make it pressurized or something so I'm not so lightheaded.
Okay, so this guy thinks because he flew, where's it here? Wait a second. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this guy thinks because he flew, he played a video game, he can now fly an airplane. That's a slap in the face to every pilot out there. It's just my opinion. It's a slap in the face to those guys. They've worked hard to get their pilot's license. They've spent hours flying. Yes, I know they played in a simulator. I get it. But they've also flown a real plane as well. Okay, so this guy's right now, it's a slap in the face to every person who's ever got a pilot's license out there.
Rich, what's your altitude?
Cross 1600, cross 16 left, contact ground, comes to gate 1. Alaska 430.
Do you know how long it's going to be? No idea?
We have no idea right now. So if you just hold on Alpha, all those aircraft were in sequence, so we'll get you going as soon as we know.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the autopilot. I'm just kind of hand flying right now.
Okay, you know how fast you're going?
Let's hold behind Jet.
That's 2021. Minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that. Maybe that'll grease the gears a little bit with the higher up. Maybe
I have no idea what he's talking about now.
Ground SQ 52, switching. Good day.
I think I lost you behind some hills a little bit. I'm coming back, though. Damn it, Andrew! People's lives are at stake here.
Now, Rich, don't say stuff like that.
Nah, I just told you, I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear. That'd be better than trying to land it. Like, I know how to put the landing gear down.
But your power, that's probably 50%. That'd be the two top gauges right in the center on that glass display there. And then press, tell me, do your power at 50% or tell me what you got.
Yeah, I got it like flight idle.
Well, that's too slow. Bring it up to like 50. Their side on the bottom, it says HDG, and it's got a little blue M on it. You can crank that around, and you know what? Tell you what, let's just do this. Push. You see the HDG button right by that little thumb wheel?
No, you can do that with these things. So what would, if you were to do it, how would you do it?
I don't know what he's
I'd
talking
try
about.
to figure out how to use the autopilot first. Not concentrate so much on flying the airplane.
Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Labs will give me a job as a pilot?
You know, I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, right. Nah, I'm a white guy. Hey, FAA guy, Andrew, you on?
What a jerk.
Yeah,
This
I'm
guy's
still
nothing
here,
but a
Rich.
jerk.
If you wanted to land, probably the best bet is that runway just ahead and to your left. Again, that's McCord Field. If you wanted to try, that might be the best way to set up and see if you can land there. Or just like the pilot suggests, another option would be over Puget Sound into the water.
No,
Dang,
they're trying to divert him over to something where there's no other people around, which is the smart thing to do.
talk to McCord yet? Because I don't think I'd be happy with you telling me I could land like that, because I could mess some stuff up.
Well, Rich, we already talked to him, and just like me, what we want to see is you not get hurt or anybody else get hurt. So like I said, if you want to try to land, that's probably the best place to go.
Hey, I want the coordinates of that orca with the mama orca with the baby.
Okay, now he's just being a real ass. Now, the more he's talking, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to play any more of this guy. And I will watch the documentary, the Sky King or the Sky King, whatever it's called. I will watch that documentary just to see how much of a more of an ass this guy was. And the moral, well, I don't want to say the moral of the story. What ends up happening is the dude ends up crashing the plane, and he did it on purpose. This is his way of committing suicide. What a freaking coward he is as well. And when I first heard this, it really just pissed me off. Why in the heck? I mean, yeah. It really just pissed me off, putting so many other people's lives in that position, just because. Oh, woe is me! Oh, woe is me! Blah blah blah. You know what? You can kiss my butt, buddy. Yeah, is it bad to be in that position where you want to commit suicide? Yeah, of course it is. But when you're doing it and putting other people's lives in peril, that's no bueno. Okay, simple as that. If you feel that way, if any of my friends feel like doing that to themselves, feel free to talk to me. Let's talk about it. I don't want anybody out there doing that. I've had it happen to friends of mine, and it's just not a good feeling at all. So it's if you're watching me right now, I hope you're having a good time. You're enjoying yourselves, because that's what this is all about: entertainment, and a little bit of information, but more entertainment. I am not a professional in that aspect at all, but I am a voice to talk to. I am somebody to talk to. And if you want to call in, you can call in. One of those kind of things. Okay. All right. We'll get off that subject, but watch Sky King. I will watch it and report back to you. But I thought that was very interesting. because the show I watched that, or the radio program I listened to when they were starting to play that and talked about it, there were 4 people on the show. I'm not going to name the show. It's not fair for me to do so. There were 4 people on it. 2 of them thought the guy was great, and 2 of them thought the guy was an asshole like me. I thought the guy was a real ass. So that's all there is to it. All right. Transition time. You know what? I should have something that whoosh, goes past the screen. Like, no, transition time. Whoosh, like that. Transition time. We're going to the next aspect of everything. Okay. The part of a vehicle, the part of a vehicle which nobody likes has now been put in a position where it's going away. Yay, it's going away. Wait a second, before I get into that, let me do this. Okay, where am I at over here? Whoop. It's not supposed to be there. Here, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. So, tell you what, if you want to call in, there you go, the call-in line, 765-505-7348 is the call-in line. Okay, keep that in mind. So if you want to call and talk about this, we'll see if I set this up right to get you online. So the part or a feature that most vehicles have nowadays that almost everybody hates. I have not ever ran into a person who likes this feature. I got popcorn stuck. Yeah. I have yet to run into anybody who likes this feature. It is the auto start stop systems. So if you don't know what this is, when you go to a stoplight, so to speak, and you stop your car, the car will shut off until you press the gas again, then it'll come back on. That is the auto start and stop feature. Again, I don't know of a soul who likes that feature. And this is another segue based on the conversations that we had earlier about President Trump. But see, this feature is declining due to consumer dislike. Again, no one that I know of likes this feature, and a deregulation push by the Trump administration. So, yeah, you may not like President Trump. Get it. All right, whatever. If you don't like him, so be it. But you got to give him an attaboy for getting rid of that stupid thing we have in vehicles nowadays. Thank goodness my vehicle is old enough that it doesn't have that. And the people I know who have that in their vehicles, I know a lot of them who have disabled it. Sometimes it's not easy to do. Other times it is. I think it's a horrible feature. There was because automakers were receiving, what was it called, according to what I'm reading here, EPA fuel economy credits for including this auto start stop, established in 2012, but removed in 2006. So there you go. If you liked it, don't know what to tell you. I thought it was horrible, and I still think it's horrible, and I do not want it on my vehicles at all. I just don't. I think it's a stupid feature. Now, speaking of vehicles with good features, one of my favorite features in my car, believe it or not, is the cruise control. My car, I have a 2004 Honda CR-V. Yes, you heard it right, 2004. Runs like a top, rides like a dream. No problem. The cruise control is real simple. Boop, on my thumb, it's set. Boop, my thumb, it accelerates or it decelerates, one or the other. Boop, boop, and one of my thumb, boop, I can cancel it. It's just that simple. I've been in vehicles where you have to push a button over here, push a button over there, push your foot in this way, hold this for 5 seconds, do this. Pain in the ass. It is. Make it real simple. And I had the pleasure of driving a 2014 Honda CR-V up from Florida, my mother's car. And same thing. boop, cruise control on, boop, accelerate, decelerate with the thumb, no problem. Toyota's a little different. They have it below the steering wheel. You have to press a button, which I think it's a pain in the ass, but it's okay. I drove a Chrysler Crossfire across country. This was 2010, 2011. I did this. 1,600 miles. And you talk about a pain in the ass for a cruise control. After you figured it out, it was okay, but it took a while to figure it out. And maybe it's just the user error on my part. But also, that car was the most uncomfortable car I've ever ridden on. Holy moly, was that car uncomfortable. I could not find a comfortable spot to get in that car. It was horrible. Sorry, if you have that car, a Chrysler Crossfire, a little sporty thing. It was cool. This aspect was cool. When you went over 60 miles an hour, it had a rear wing that came up. That was cool. But it was not going to set any land speed records. It's a two-seater. Uncomfortable as all get out. Oh my God, was it uncomfortable? But hey, that's just the way it goes. We can talk cars and features all day long. My car does not have the intuitive dashboard where touchscreens, everything else. It does not have that. I have the old school knobs on the radio still, push button on the radio, which is fine. I didn't even have Bluetooth. I have an external Bluetooth in my car. I plug into what was then called the cigarette lighter. Now it's just called the power outlet. I plug it in there and I listen to my podcasts. Hardly listen to the radio at all. The station I used to listen to around my area was talk shows. They changed their format, so I don't listen to the local radio at all. I would love to, but I don't. Sorry, it's just part of it. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Okay, here. Again, if you want to call in, my last plea, 765-505-7348. That's the hotline number, if you will. Gee whiz, I was all excited about the show, but now I want to get back to see what's going on with the president. That's I might do that. I might just come back later. I might do that. But yeah, I actually had some stuff going on, some stuff prepared, like JD says. I'm getting in his world now a little bit. That was cool. I guess I did talk about the stuff I wanted to talk about, didn't I? Yeah. So, and things will be ramping up. I will be coming on more often during the week. Maybe not with the whiskey part. I'm going to reserve the whiskey for the weekends. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the blend today is an oak spirals soak, if you will, spirit soaked in oak spirals for a couple of months, 3-4 months. I'm estimating it's around 80 proofish, 75, 80 proof, something of that sort. Not too shabby. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop it for now. I'm going to stop here, go check out the TV. I may be back later. And that I may be back later. I don't want to promise anything, but it might be in the plans. It is a Saturday night, and we'll see what happens there. Okay, but I'm going to stop it here. My name is Andrew, Popcorn and Whiskey. I am the face who runs the place. So until next time, ciao.